It's like, depending on how
57 in one. Cheap.
Hey guys, oh wait, am I saying the beginning? Yes. God, this is already messed up. Hey guys, welcome back to Tuesdays with the
GhosTies.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tuesdays with the GhosTies. I'm Tessa.
I'm Tiffany, and today we will be doing a Q&A video where we will be answering your questions you submitted to us on social media platforms.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we got them all.
So let's get into it.
So our first question is from Brenda Porter. Hi, Brenda.
Hello.
I recognize you from the Dakota Layden group. Thank you so much for asking a question. So she answered, or she...
Okay. This is rough. Give me a second. I'm making a little note to myself.
No, don't it up.
Note to self. You got this.
So she asked us, what drew you into the paranormal?
Well, what drew me into the paranormal is I've always been interested in the unknown and everything. And for as long as I can remember, I've always been fascinated with things you can't explain.
See, and I completely agree with that. And honestly, I think what got us to actually start investigating and, physically getting into it was the inspiration from Destination Fear.
Yes.
Because before, just growing up, you ever hear the terms ghost hunter and paranormal investigator. And so you're going into these locations and you're like, okay, I have to find stuff, or I'm trying to find stuff. And they helped coin the term paranormal explorer. And that just means, you can go into these buildings kind of stress-free and you're just exploring, having a good time. And if something just happens, paranormal happens to happen, that's cool. Definitely help from them for sure. Have such respect for Project Fear, Destination Fear. I can't remember which one I said.
We love you guys.
Yes, we love you.
The second part of her question, she asked, have you had any paranormal experiences? Me personally, yes, a lot of them, and I'm sure Tessa can say the same.
Yes, I have not had as many as Tiffany has because I do not live in a haunted home. I lived in this house since I was born. Nothing really ever paranormal has happened to me. There's been a few things here and there, but I actually more think it's residual energy from my mom and my dad and me from living here for however many years, or my grandpa because he lived here before us. So that's as far as personal paranormal kind of experiences, it's where I lay. But as far as locations, we have a lot to talk about with that, and that's what we're going to get into. Our next question is from Allie. Shout out to Allie. And she actually has her own paranormal book on Amazon that you can get. I'm not going to lie, I have not been able to purchase it yet, but I really want to as soon as I can. So y'all should go support her. Check that out. If you have read it, leave a review for her. That really helps her analytics. Just like for us, it helps if you press the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. That would be awesome.
Yes, so please go support us and our good friend Allie.
Mm-hmm. And anybody else. Support any small paranormal person just trying to do their thing and make it. But anyway, Allie's question is,
sorry,
what was your first spooky experience? So, personally, when I was really little, this is one I don't even really remember, but my mom told me about it. So I was 3 years old, maybe, very young, just being able to speak young. And I was in my crib, in my room, and my mom woke up in the middle of the night and heard me talking. So she's like, okay, well, I'm always going to see what's going on with my daughter. She walks in the room, and I'm sitting up in my bed just having a conversation with somebody who's not there. So she's like, Tessa, who are you talking to? And I'm like, oh, that nice man at the end of my bed. And no, there's no one there. So she obviously is freaking out. And as far as I know, my mom's just like, okay, there's no, she was telling me there's nobody at the end of the bed, just go back to sleep. And that's what happened. Nothing spooky, nothing bad happened after that in the house. It was just that one wild experience when I was younger. And it could have been just a dream. But that's the very first spooky experience that I ever had in my life, and I don't even remember it.
Yep.
Because that could have been some weird attachment or crazy thing attached to the land at home or at my house, but no, it was just a one-off experience, nothing else, and I'm fine with that. My parents are fine with that. I'm fine with not living in a haunted house. But yeah, Tiffany. So if you want to get into your first experience, or however many experiences you want to in your house.
So yeah, my first experience would have to be in my own house when we moved in here about, I'd say 11 or so years ago. And in my house, we believe we have a spirit of a little girl. And one day my mom was downstairs playing a recording of me when I was a kid. And like I was laughing and talking. And she hollered at me upstairs and said, "Hey, come down here and listen to this recording." So I laid my phone on my bed, screen up, like in the middle of my bed. And I came downstairs and she played me the recording and everything. And then we heard what sounded like a bang upstairs. So I immediately ran back upstairs to see what it was. And my phone that was screened up in the middle of my bed was now screened down in my floor. And this has happened on multiple occasions. And for some reason, it never likes to hear you talk about, like a baby cousin, a baby brother, or any babies or babies laughing or anything, like babies playing.
Any
So I think
children.
yeah, anything children related, like if you were to play it, you might experience her later that night.
That's so creepy. That's so creepy. And she, like, Tiffany's had recent experiences she's told me about too with this same spirit, or they're assuming it's the same spirit, and oh my god, it's so creepy. So creepy. Another thing I'll actually add, just because the very first spooky experience when I was younger, but as far as like the first real spooky experience at a location I investigated was at Mineral Springs. Ashmore was my first ever investigation, but there was really nothing there that I was just like, oh my god, this is some like life-changing evidence. Like there really wasn't. And Mineral Springs I finally did, but this in particular, it was like my first time ever walking into the pool room at Mineral Springs, which I have been wanting to go to for so long. And I just do a pan of the pool room, just excited that I'm there, and I just posted it, not really thinking. Later on, I looked at that same footage, and in the back, there's a room in the back of the pool room. I'll clip the video so you guys can see it, put it in here. They call that Williams room, and the lights flickered on and off there, and nobody was back there. No, because we were coming in, so it was a Haunted Nights event. So Steve and Dylan, they're very cool. I love doing their events when I can, but this was one of their particular events, and they were doing the tour of the location. Steve was leading it, and so we're all behind Steve, and I'm one of the first people behind Steve because I'm excited. This is a place I've wanted to go to for years, so I'm ready. I'm there. So everyone else is behind me, so nobody's ahead of him. Like could rush over there and turn off the lights. Like it was weird. I asked Steve to double check, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if Dave was there at the time, but I know I asked Steve, and he said no. He's like, as far as he knew, nobody was back there at the time.
Same with her. My first like actual haunted location experience, it was also through a Haunted Nights event with Steve and Dylan. It was at the old hospital in College Hill. And it was my first time was back in 2021. And I did an Estes session down in the basement, like before the event was over. And as I'm standing there, leaned up against this table, out of nowhere, my right arm starts going numb and tingly, and like I can't move it. And like my friends that were in there with me, they were like, we know, they were wondering why I was like moving my arm, like I can't, it hurts and everything. And they asked, or when I told them it was my arm was being affected, it comes through the headphones. It was like, your arm? Like it was mocking what I just told them. And
I forgot about that. That's so crazy.
And then earlier in the night, me and my friends, we were investigating the second floor, and I would like turn my flash on my camera. It was like flashing photos down the hallway. And I kid you not, I swear there was like this 7-foot tall black shadow figure. It wasn't captured on camera, but like as soon as it flashed, like the flash looked like it froze in time, enough for us to see something standing there, and then it continued to flash, but it was not in the photo. Like still to this day, that gives me the creeps when I talk about it.
I'm so glad I did not see that at Old Hospital. I had some other wild experiences at Old Hospital in College Hill, but I'm so glad I did not see that.
Cowgirl Joe asked us, what was your most exciting experience and evidence you guys have captured?
So I think I can speak for the both of us when like our joint like investigations of what we've captured. It is going to be our next video. We're going to post our spirit box sessions from Old Hospital on College Hill. We have one on the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor, and the incinerator room, and they're all 3, I think, very good and honestly pretty intelligent. There's some moments where we just can't understand what the ghosts are saying, and we're going to leave it up to you guys to help us figure it out, so when that does get posted, please keep an eye out for that. But those spirit box sessions were sessions I will never forget. Those were so cool. And then also the night before that, we investigated Moundsville Penitentiary or West Virginia Penitentiary. And we had some direct responses from the K2 meter down in Red Cell and outside of Red Cell in North Hall. So that was pretty cool too. And we're thinking about doing that in the future as a separate video, but it's going to be a very short one because a lot of our video evidence and stuff from Moundsville, we had one of the craziest experiences at Moundsville. However, it didn't, like, none of those crazy experiences we ended up capturing, sadly, which, swear to God, that's how it goes.
Yeah, because we wasn't thinking to record because we thought it was like an actual person. Turns out it was not. And then we told the people that worked there, and they basically confirmed our story to be true about what we just saw. Mm-hmm. My most exciting experience and evidence I captured happened actually a few days before the investigation at Old Hospital that I was going to be doing the weekend of. And we were driving up the hill to it, and as soon as we parked at the top, my dad, he said, don't step out of the car because as soon as you do, they'll know you're here. Well, a couple of seconds after he said that, I happened to step out of the car to walk over and take a picture of the building. And I didn't know till I got home later that evening that I believe what I captured was a little boy standing in the 2nd floor window of the Old Hospital in College Hill. And another thing, Tanya Webb, the owner of Old Hospital, the same day it happened, I immediately messaged her to make sure that nobody was in the building at that time. And she confirmed to me that nobody was in the building at that time.
There you go.
She was even like shocked. And she actually pointed out something to me about she saw also the little boy in the middle window, and then the window above him, she saw like a hand. And so we'll post the photo and let us know what you see.
Yeah, let us know down in the comments below what you think's in the photo or who you think's in the photo. We want to hear your theories.
Oh, yeah.
So our next question is from Jade. Hi, Jade.
Hey, Jade.
So what was the best moment in West Virginia?
Hillbilly hot dogs!
So our favorite was definitely Hillbilly hot dogs. We had many great moments in West Virginia. That's such a cool state. Such a beautiful state, too.
Thank you.
I love the mountains here because in Illinois, it's all just flatland. So, or most of it anyway, where I located. So I love going there and seeing all the mountains. But Hillbilly hot dogs by far had to be our absolute favorite because the food was good. The atmosphere was amazing. The people there were great. Like, everything about it, 10 out of 10, for real.
And if you haven't saw our West Virginia vlog, go check it out after this video.
Yes, go check it out. It features Hillbilly hot dogs and then everything else we did on that trip. So, yeah. So, 2V Media asks, have you been to the Lake Shawnee Amusement Park or plan on going?
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to yet, but we do plan on going very soon. We're going to try to at least. Hey, quick question. Have you guys seemed to find the duck? Hidden in this video.
How many ducks can you find on this screen alone?
You know what? I feel like scavenger hunt would be like, how many dogs are in this leopard print?
Swear to God.
Okay, so our next question comes from Susie. She said, what is the scariest experience you had so far while investigating?
Okay, so this, for our answer, like, as a team, it would have to be our experience at West Virginia Penn last summer when we were with Steve. And of course, this is what we didn't capture on camera. But right after we were done filming the K2 responses, we were packing up. We were just getting ready to leave. We were trying to find our way out. We were lost. We did not know where the hell we were going. We could not find anybody. And we're at the end of one of the hallways. It's the one where, so you're looking straight and you can't see the wheel because it's dark, but the wheel is down there. So that's like the area we're looking at. And I see, so we both see a light, but what looks like a flashlight at like waist level. But I don't just see the flashlight. I see what looks like slacks. So basically an apparition. Looks like slacks, like kind of not really dress shoes, but almost like shoes a security guard would wear, and then what looked like a utility belt. And at first I was like, I honestly just thought it was somebody on our team because it was a full-fledged, like you could not see through this person. So that's why we just thought it was a normal person. And though we didn't see somebody really that looked like that, I don't know, we didn't personally look at what everyone was exactly wearing, and we knew there was one security guard on the premises, so we just assumed it was one of them. So we start running towards this person and we're shouting. We're like, hey, can you help us? We're lost. We don't know where we are. We get down to where this person was at and they have vanished. Like they are gone. And it took us kind of a second to realize because we're looking around every corner and we don't see them and we're yelling still and no responses back. So I finally, I look at Tiffany and I remember grabbing you, and I'm sorry if it hurt when I did because I was just I was in shock. This was the first time I'd ever seen possibly, because at that moment I realized, as I asked, I was like, was that just a ghost that we saw? Was that not a person? That's when it hit both of us, oh my God, that wasn't real. So we're panicking and we finally find our way out. And I remember we ran into this father and son, and they were like, are you okay? What's going on? And we were like, were you guys in this area at all? Told us no. Told them what we just saw. They thought it was super cool that we saw it. And I'm just still trying to wrap my head around it because that was I've seen mists, I've seen shadow figures, but I have never seen a full-fledged apparition like that. I know I didn't see the full body. I didn't see the top up, but that was because the light was shining down. So you could just see the feet because it looked like a security guard doing his rounds. But anyway, we get back, regroup with the team, ask them, was anybody in this area? And everyone, as far as we talked to, had said no. Steve and Dylan said no. If there was somebody that is watching this at that investigation that we did not talk to that was in that area, please let us know. Because yes. I would honestly even feel better knowing that it was actually a real person in that area. No kidding. But still, nobody said they were in that area. And I asked the tour guide and the security guard who were up there, last people we haven't asked. I'm like, hey, either of you in this area? No, we've been up in the gift shop. And I told them what we experienced. And they said, that's crazy that you experienced that because there happens to be a security guard who died down there. So that, when we heard that, our hearts, stopped. We were like, oh my God.
It just proves that not everybody can see or hear the same thing, because I only saw the flashlight shining down to where we was, but she actually saw the flashlight and the body, and I personally didn't see the rest of him. So this just proves that not everybody can see the same things, but doesn't mean it's not true. So everybody can have different experiences that are similar.
That literally we were standing right next to each other. Even if it could have been another person or a real person down there, I get why maybe Tiffany would have just seen, we have, eyesights are different. you do wear glasses. So I don't know. Were you wearing your glasses or contacts in that moment?
I think I had my glasses on.
Glasses on, so you should have been able to see clearly. Because I think you did
Yeah.
have. You usually always have your glasses on, so
Yeah, because your girl's blind. Because, like you said, I saw it with glasses on. You saw it with no glasses or contacts. So, like, right there in that moment, our eyes was not playing tricks on us. We saw something. We just can't
yeah.
figure out exactly what it was.
Because if you wouldn't have had your glasses on, it could have maybe been your eyesight, like it maybe was a real person, and then you just couldn't see him because or her or whatever. It looked like a him though.
Yeah.
You couldn't see because you didn't have your glasses, but you had your glasses on, and you still didn't see the figure. You only saw the light.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and like while we were down there trying to find our way out, we literally went all the way around in circles like 3 times before we were like, oh, so the area we go out of to get out of here is the area we just saw that like security guard standing in. So when I tell you we locked arms, closed our eyes, and ran fast, that's exactly what we did. So it was at that moment we knew we showed fear.
a lot of fear. I had tears in my eye. So my answer personally for this is Old Hospital on College Hill. That was definitely one of the most scary experiences because I I was physically affected. I had to leave the building to feel better. I was on the 3rd floor. Me and Tiffany and the group we were investigating with that night started doing Estes sessions, and I don't know if we did a spirit box session. We were doing some Estes sessions. I wasn't the one going under, but some of our friends we were with were going under, and it was the most negative energy I have ever felt in my entire life on an investigation. I know I haven't been on many, but it was bad, and I started to feel horribly nauseous. And what was weird, though, is I was up in the 3rd floor, like me and Tiffany did our spirit box session, which you'll see in our video, and I didn't feel like that. I felt perfectly fine. It wasn't until later.
Yeah, because you felt welcomed up there when it was just me and you up there. Yeah. And then, like, I guess the more people might have, like, made him anxious and, like, he didn't know what was going on, maybe?
I don't know what, but the energy shifted and the spirits up there were not having it with me. I was horribly nauseous. I felt like I was going to throw up. Started to get pretty dizzy. So I had to get up and leave. Like, I first left the floor, like the 3rd floor. Got down to the 2nd, got down to the 1st. And as I moved away from the floor, I felt like the energy lift off my shoulders. Like, I felt better. And then I even got down to the gear room, 1st floor area, and that still wasn't enough. I was like, I'm going to get out. Even though I felt better, I was like, let me just step out of the building. That might be the best thing for me. And later on, we went back into the building because this was towards the end of the investigation, and about 15 minutes left. Tiffany came down, or even a little bit long. It might have been a little bit more. And we went up to the 4th floor, finally, because we had not gotten to the 4th floor all night. And we finally did. And I know that's the floor where the most negativity is supposed to be. And when I went back up there with you, I didn't really feel bad because we were trying to do our recreation photos that like Destination Fear had done. We were trying to recreate those photos.
We'll put those here. My scariest experience while investigating is also at Old Hospital on College Hill. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Must be a very good location. Actually, yes, it's personally one of my favorites.
Shout out to Destination Fear for introducing us to the location.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Project Fear now.
Can't wait to see what you guys captured when you guys just went back. But yeah. So my scariest experience, I had one on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. This was from my first investigation back in 2021. And on the 2nd floor, like I mentioned earlier, would have to be where I was flashing photos down the hallway and captured that really tall shadow figure. Me personally, it's crazy to me because there's nothing technically documented that happened on the 2nd floor, but there is something there. Like, you can just feel the presence of something, like, watching you from, like, one of the rooms, or it's just wild. And then on the 3rd floor, most of you guys probably heard the story about Mose Blackburn and how he, like, it involved him, like, jumping out of a window, but, like, people don't know if he jumped on purpose or he was pushed or something affected him to make him do that. But we'll tell you a little bit more history about him and what is said about him, so you guys can better understand what I'm about to tell you about one of my other experiences I've had. But I was up there investigating with a group of friends, and this one girl, she was doing an essay session. And I decided to get up and walk into the room behind her where she was sitting. Like, here's the doorway, and she was sitting outside. So I slowly walked behind her into that room. And as soon as I walked over to the window in there, it said now. So then I immediately looked at my other friend and I was like, did it say now? Like, now jump? Because, like I said, the story, nobody knows about Mose in the window and what happened. So that startled me a little bit because I'm like, did it just tell me to jump out of a window? But still to this day, I have no idea. And another thing, shout out to Stephen Dillon from Haunted Nights, because if you do one of their events, they also have a bunch of equipment they allow you to use. They just ask that you please return it when you're done.
No, don't damage it either. Be be respectful.
Yep. He has like all the equipment that you could ever ask for to investigate, and it was his spirit box that we actually used when we caught our evidence.
Yes, thank you, Stephen Dillon.
And Old Hospital. My friend Kayla asked, what equipment do y'all use to connect with ghosts? Personally, we use quite a bit of different equipment, but our main focus, we always try to use the spirit box and the K2 meter. But on occasion, we might whip out a Ovilus or a REM pod or something. But it all just depends on who you're trying to communicate with, and depending on the location, like if they're known more to mess with objects that blink and make noise, or if they'd rather like communicate, like giving us words or
audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite for sure has to be the spirit box. Like, I love that one, but I sadly don't have one, or yet. So as far as like the equipment I have in my own bag, my K2 meter is probably my favorite. And then I have a Wraith pod, which it's a REM pod, but produced by the Wraith Chasers. Awesome, amazing guys. Definitely check them out.
Our next question is brought to you by our friend Glesney from
the UK.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all the UK supporters out there too. Like, we love you guys so much.
Yes. Thank you for supporting us, and we love you guys. Glesney asked, if you could go and investigate any international location, where would you go?
I would personally pick Poveglia Island. Ever since He Who Should Not Be Named wore that plague doctor's mask in that episode of that show, you know the one that I'm talking about. I've been kind of obsessed with that island and plague doctors and all that stuff and all that jazz. So that has to be my number one.
Mine would have to be Spike Island. And another thing, I would never heard about this place if it wasn't for Destination Fear / Project Fear, because
neither.
They actually went to Ireland and investigated this place and Loftus Hall. And their investigation at Spike Island, like, made that like my number one bucket list internationally to go investigate. So hopefully one day we'll make it over there and check out some of their awesome places, and hopefully meet up with some of you International Fear fam.
Yeah, definitely. If you have never watched an episode of Destination Fear, Spike Island is a good one to watch for it as your first episode. Like, the evidence they capture is insane.
That episode was the bomb, if you get what I'm saying.
So, Madison asked, hello, Madison.
Hey, Madison.
Thank you so much for asking a question. Your artwork is killer. Definitely. Yes. She does a lot of the Project Fear artwork, Destination Fear artwork. So, figure you guys probably know who she is. If not, you should definitely check her out. Check out her artwork. Such a cool person.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you could only have one social media app on your phone, which one would you keep and why? I like this question because it's different. I don't know. This was a hard one, honestly, because I have my apps for like all different things. Like Facebook, I have to post and talk to family. 2 different things, but that's what I have it for. I have Twitter to keep up with like Destination Fear, Fear Fam, and live tweeting. And then I have Instagram for like reels. I really enjoy posting. I'm not a photographer. I like posting photos. It has the stories feature. It has like the explore page. I really like. I can get lost in that all day. So I think I honestly, because I have the most fun on Instagram, and it has like the most variety. I went with Instagram.
If I could only have one social media app on my phone, even though I use all of them probably too much, I would probably have to pick Twitter because I feel like I'm probably on there the most, because that's where I usually talk with the Project Fear crew and the Fear fam. So that is honestly like how I met most of you guys. So Twitter means a lot to me just because I got to find out who all of you are and call you my friends.
Mm-hmm. See, that would be the only thing I'd miss out on Twitter is like the live tweeting, because I love that about Twitter. Yeah. Twitter's toxic, like with everything else, but the live tweeting and Fear Fam is the sole reason I keep it.
We love you guys.
Yes, we love you too. Figgy Neutron asks, love that name. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? So I am not a pineapple fan in general, so I do not eat pineapple on pizza. I don't care what you get on your guys' pizza. Eat whatever you want on it.
Me personally, yes, I like pineapple on pizza, but I can never eat too much of it. I can only probably eat one piece of it, and then I'm good for a very long time. Because it's one of those pizzas that, like, it's good every once in a while, but, like, that's it. And it only depends also if it's good, depending on where you order it from.
Yeah. If it's just crappy pizza in general, that pineapple ain't saving it, even if you like the pineapple.
So our next question comes from Dennis. He asks, would you ever film and investigate with us?
Absolutely. We want to do collabs, definitely in the future here, with anybody that we can or anyone that wants to. The only thing is, with us being in separate states and we both got personal stuff going on right now, it's kind of hard for us to do collabs. I mean, it's hard for us to even get together and investigate, which luckily we're going to get to be together for a convention here soon, so that's going to be exciting. But absolutely, if we can make it work, we would love to investigate with you guys.
Yes. I personally would love to also. I agree with her. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to, we could always try to talk plans and like hopefully in the future make them happen. But yeah, like she said, if anybody ever wants to collab with us, just let us know and we'll try to figure out something. So the next question is from my mom. And her question is going to expose us, but let's get into it. Okay.
Hi, Mama Donna.
Hey. She asked, who is your crush? Well, okay, fine. My crush is Dakota Layden and Malika Scary.
My celebrity crushes are, well, obviously my favorite from the group, Tanner Wiseman. We all simp for them, okay? This is well known. They know this. We know this. We all know this.
Yep.
Favorite. And then as far as like other ones go, so I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and I like Micah Parsons. He is awesome to watch play. Why would he not be a celebrity crush?
What is your favorite location that you would love to investigate?
I think for both of us, like, we really want to investigate Sweet Springs. Like, that, we've gotten to visit there, but we didn't get to investigate when we were there, and all we wanted to do was investigate. Like, yep. We're very thankful for what we did get to do, but next time we're there, Sweet Springs for sure. And then Pennhurst, where we'll be going soon, that's going to be exciting. So we're looking forward to that one.
Basically, Sweet Springs Sanitarium in West Virginia and Pennhurst Asylum in Pennsylvania.
And for me personally, there's one in Alton called the First Unitarian Church. It's not a location that's super well known, but I really want to investigate there. Like, that is one of my top ones right now. And I'm planning on investigating it in the fall. So fingers crossed that it works out. So next question from Donna is, what is your favorite food? Love this question.
Me personally, at the moment, my favorite food would have to be chicken Alfredo. I don't know why. It's just so good to me.
So personally, my favorite food, or like cuisine, if you want to call it, not really cuisine, but I love barbecue. Anything barbecue, I will eat it. I love it.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on the barbecue stuff. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these days we will make it to Famous Dave's.
Yes. May we make it there before Blue Balls Golf.
I guess
we
you
might
guys
at
just
this
have
rate.
to stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned to both channels.
Yeah.
A race to Famous Dave's. Who's gonna make it first? Oh, what's your favorite scary movie? I don't know my favorite. I don't watch scary movies, guys. I know that's lame as like a paranormal investigator, but I am just like not a huge fan of scary movies.
My favorite scary movie, I'd probably have to pick like the Scream movies. And I mean, how could I not? Paranormal. I love the Paranormal. He has a ghost face mask. I'm just saying. It makes sense.
Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite paranormal show? I don't know. What is my favorite paranormal show? I
mean,
I can't think of it.
I don't know.
It's not coming to me right now. I don't know.
You know, I think it's that really incredible show about fear and road trips and best friends. I think it's that show Destination Fear, which is now known as Project Fear.
This whole thing is just an ad for Project Fear.
Yes. Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite animal? Well, obviously mine's a duck.
I'm obsessed with snakes. I've never actually owned a snake, sadly, because my parents, they hate snakes, so they don't want to. I don't want to traumatize them, okay? I'm not that cruel of a daughter. Ducks, too. I love ducks, obviously. Love ducks.
Mm-hmm.
They
love those. Okay. My favorite question that I've been dying to answer all night would have to be, if you could investigate any location with any paranormal team, who would it be? Mine would be the old hospital on College Hill with the Project Fear crew, also known as the Destination Fear crew.
And see, mine would also be with them, but I would choose Mineral Springs. I love that building so much. And that is definitely a location recommendation I have for the crew. Mineral Springs in Alton, Illinois. Dakota, I know you went there back when you were with...
Who shall not be named.
Yes. So, I know you know where it's at. You guys know where it's at. Come back. We want to see you. Alton wants you back. All right. And our final question, last but definitely not least, is from my best friend Jules. Are you open to having people in your videos with you? Yes, absolutely. We totally want people in our videos. Jules, me, and Tiffany, we will all be at Pennhurst, and we're planning on filming a little vlog, video, investigation, depending on what we can do there. Like, we're just going to play it by ear and see. Anyone who wants to be in that video and is cool with it, like, also leave that in the comments, because we would love to have you. We want as much Fear Fam as we can in the vlog.
Also, yes, I'm down to film with other people in our videos as well.
So yeah, we are very excited for what we have in the works. Just as a little rundown, we have, after this video, Old Hospital and College Hill Spirit Box sessions releasing. Tiffany and I are going to try and film a kind of other video like this. It's going to be like the Newlywed Game, but more of like a best friends game we're going to turn it into. We're hoping that's really fun and we can make that work. And then we are going to either release, depending on whatever's next and whatever we have ready, the West Virginia Penn video of the little evidence we got there. Even though it's a little, we still want to post it. And our Pennhurst vlog.
But we know for sure we'll definitely take some dope photos inside for you guys to see that don't get to go see it. And we want you guys to feel as included as we can. And we love taking you guys on this journey with us. And thank you for your support.
And thank you all so much for tuning in, and everyone who asked us a question. We love you guys so much. And we wouldn't be here without you guys. And thank you immensely for the support. It means the absolute world to us. And until next time, we love you. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
And cut. Okay.
Cut. We actually did something right.
Oh my god, another duck.